We are glad to welcome you to our channel. Kindly subscribe to our channel and share our videos with your friends and relations. And click on the bell icon for instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded on this channel. Rest assured that we are going to have a very exciting and inspiring discussion. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Hello everyone. In today's video, our focus will be on articles for publication in national dailies. And we are going to look at a sample article to illustrate the process of article writing. I am Benjamin from English Classes Online. Let's dive into it right away. First, a quick look at the lesson objectives. What is an article for publication in national dailies? 2. Features of an article. 3. An article, which include choosing the topic, brainstorming and creating an outline, and using an outline. Number 4, writing the article, and in that under writing the article, we are going to illustrate with a sample article which is presented as an answer to a given past question. All right, so these are the lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to take these steps. So let's begin with the first one, which is a basic question. What is an article for publication in national dailies? An article for publication in national dailies is a piece of writing that discusses a topic of public interest and is usually meant to be published in a national newspaper. Now, a daily is usually a newspaper that is published on daily basis, all right? So an article for publication in a national daily is an article for publication in a daily national newspaper, right? Now, let's look at the second item, features of an article. Of course, we are looking at features of an article for publication in a national daily. The first feature is the title, which is the headline, then followed by the introduction, which is the first paragraph, then the body of the article, which begins from the second paragraph and extends probably to the fourth or fifth paragraph, depending on the ideas that the writer decides to discuss in the article. Then, under the body of the article, usually the content should include the causes of the social problem, because in most articles for publication in a national daily, you might be asked to discuss a social problem. So if that is the case, then the body of the article should discuss the causes, the effects, and the solutions, depending on what the question requires you to do. Sometimes you might be asked to discuss the causes or the effects or the solutions or a combination of all or some of them. Then number 4, the number 4 feature is the conclusion. And number 5, the writer's full name and the writer's place of residence. So these are the features of an article for publication in a national daily. Okay, let's look at planning an article, because when you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and this cannot be overemphasized when it comes to writing. You must plan your writing if you are going to write a good one. Now, the first thing is to choose a topic, and to do that, you have to brainstorm and compile information. To brainstorm means to think about the subject you are going to discuss, and then come up with ideas, compile information. Then with the information or the ideas that you have jotted down, you make an outline, and then you write the introductory paragraph, so that these are the steps in planning an article. And then you write the body paragraphs, you summarize the article in the concluding paragraph, you cross-check your work and correct any errors in it. These are the steps, all right? So you have to get these steps planned, okay, so that you will write a good article. Now, choosing the topic, let's look at choosing the topic. You need to choose a topic you know and can discuss easily and convincingly. You must know what you are talking about, otherwise your article will be big words without substance. If you are already giving an article topic in an exam, which is usually the case in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, you need to make sure you understand exactly what the examiner wants you to write on the topic. So to choose the topic, the bottom line is that the topic you choose must be the one you know something about and you can discuss easily and convincingly. Now, brainstorming and creating an outline. What this means is that you think about the topic in order to generate ideas for the article. Jot down the ideas on a sheet of paper just as they naturally flow into your mind. Go over the points and pick only the ones you consider most relevant to the topic. Organize your main ideas and their supporting points into an outline, dividing them into the three main parts of your article: the introduction, body, and conclusion. All right? Now, using an outline, because once you have created an outline, the next thing is for you to use it to write the real article. Now, let's illustrate with a past question on article writing. And this is taken from West African Senior School Certificate Examination of June 2002. The question is as follows. The rising incidence of road traffic accidents nowadays is alarming. In an article suitable for publication in an international magazine, discuss at least three factors suitable or responsible for this and suggest ways of dealing with the problem. Now, what we are going to do here is that even though this question is saying an international magazine, what we are going to do is that we are going to assume that this is in a national newspaper. All right, so take note of this, and that is just the only thing. So you might be asked, to write an article suitable for publication in an international magazine or in a national newspaper or in a school magazine. Even though in this particular question it is an article suitable for publication in an international magazine, here I'm going to show you how you should write it if you were asked to write it, write an article suitable for publication in a national newspaper. Okay, so that is our focus in this article. Now, the first thing you need to write is the title, and the title is The Rising Incidence of Traffic Accidents in Nigeria. Then the next thing is the introduction. In paragraph 1, which is the introductory paragraph, you need to include the hook, the background information, and the thesis. These are all important. And then the body of the essay, all right, which will include paragraph 2. Here, your outline will include the key points you are going to discuss. For example, in paragraph 2, you are going to discuss bad roads, as one of the uh, three factors responsible for the rising incidence of road traffic accidents. Okay. Then in paragraph 3, you are going to discuss lack of vehicle maintenance And in paragraph 4, you are going to discuss drivers' lack of training and experience in driving. In paragraph 5, you are going to discuss drinking while driving. And in paragraph 2, you are going to present solutions and recommendations, because here you are asked to suggest ways of dealing with the problem, which is the solution. All right. And then the conclusion will be in paragraph 7, where you re-emphasize the thesis, summarize the main points discussed, and leave a lasting impression on the reader or examiner, which the reader in this case is the examiner. Okay. So let's now move on to writing the article proper. And well, I'm going to show you a sample article that is written in answer to the question we saw. The only thing you need to note here is that instead of an article suitable for publication in an international magazine, we are writing an article suitable for publication in a national magazine. It's the same article, but I will show you the slight difference. The slight difference is the location of the writer of the article, because if you are writing an article for publication in an international magazine, you need to include your country name. But if you are writing an article for publication in a national newspaper, you need to include your location within the country. All right, so that's just the difference, but the article is the same. So here is the headline: rising incidence of road traffic accidents in Nigeria. And this is the first paragraph. Death rates arising from road accidents have kept increasing astronomically in recent years in Nigeria. Now, this is a direct approach, okay? And this first sentence is to draw the attention of the reader that to the fact that this is a serious problem. Death rates arising from road accidents have kept increasing astronomically in recent years in Nigeria. In fact, road traffic accidents have virtually become the greatest cause of death and disability in this country. Hardly a day goes by without one reading in the dailies the sad stories of people who have either been killed or maimed in road accidents. The mortuaries are filled to the brim with corpses picked from various accident scenes on our highways, while the emergency wards of our hospitals are full of people in varying degrees of unconsciousness waiting to be confirmed dead. This article will examine a couple of reasons for these accidents and suggest effective ways of reducing the carnage on our roads. You see, you have presented the problem, all right, and then you have given your thesis. You have told the reader what you are going to do in this particular article, because what the introductory paragraph does is that it gives the reader a microscopic view of what the entire article is all about, okay, and then provides the roadmap, shows the reader the key points, the central message in the article, okay. So let's continue, and then we look at paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, we are going to discuss one of the major factors, okay. So one of the most common causes of road accidents in this country is the deplorable state of our roads. Don't forget, in our outline, we said we are going to talk about bad roads here, and that's exactly what we are doing. Most of our roads are full of bumps and potholes, so that speeding cars, buses, and trucks frequently run into them and somersault, killing or maiming the passengers on board. Some of the roads are also too narrow to accommodate two vehicles going in opposite directions. Thus, there are frequent cases of vehicles getting involved in head-on collision with each other on these roads. You see, you have discussed bad roads as one of the factors responsible for increasing or rising incidents of road traffic accidents. Now, paragraph 2. Another reason is that many of the vehicles plying the roads are in very poor condition as a result of lack of proper maintenance. Lack of vehicle maintenance is our second point. All right. Many vehicle owners are not willing to give out money for the maintenance of their vehicles. They are only interested in the returns they get from their drivers. And even when they manage to squeeze out some money for vehicle maintenance, it may not be used for that purpose, as some of the drivers simply embezzle the money and continue to drive the vehicles with worn out tires, stiff steering, and faulty brakes, or without lights, rear and head, side mirrors, wipers, etc. You have painted the ugly picture of, how lack of vehicle maintenance can actually set the stage for road accidents. Now, let's move on to the next paragraph. We are told to discuss at least 3 factors. You may discuss more, which of course we decide to do here. But you need to be conscious of the fact that you don't have all the time in the world. You are advised to use 50 minutes. So if you manage your time well and you have enough time, then you can discuss more points. If not, once you discuss 3 points, you can summarize. All right. Next, most of the drivers who use our highways are people who have obtained their licenses through bribery and therefore lack the training and experience to drive on the highways. Some of them are unable to read the road signs, hence they violate traffic rules. Uh, Hence, they violate traffic rules with impunity, thereby causing accidents. So you have discussed, lack of training on the part of the drivers. The next point, driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs is perhaps the most devastating of all the causes of accidents on our roads. Alcohol weakens the decision-making ability of the brain, so drinking and driving is the easiest way to cause fatal accidents on the highways. So let's move on to the next one. And here you are now going to profile solutions, make recommendations. Now, here is how this can be done. To reduce the incidence of accidents on our roads, the government should repair the roads by filling the potholes and resurfacing with coal tar. The narrow roads, bridges, and culverts should be widened and be rebuilt with proper materials. The Federal Road Safety Commission and the vehicle inspection officers should stop taking bribes from offenders and rise to their responsibilities of making sure that all vehicles which are not roadworthy are kept off the roads. They should make it a point of duty to apprehend offending drivers and ensure that they are prosecuted for traffic offenses. The government should set up mobile courts to speedily prosecute and punish drivers who are found guilty of drunkenness, overspeeding, or reckless driving. Education should also be given top priority as an effective way of increasing the level of compliance with traffic rules among drivers. I strongly believe, now this is the concluding paragraph, I strongly believe that if these measures are taken, they will go a long way towards reducing, if not stopping, the carnage on our roads. All right, so the next thing is the writer's name and location. And you can see it here, Okonkwo Mary, Enugu. You might want to write your full address. Of course, that is acceptable, okay? So this is exactly uh, where we draw the curtain on today's video lesson. We have been looking at how to write articles for publication in national dailies. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, kindly leave them in the comment section below. See you in the next class. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you